Good morning, boys and girls, and welcome to another session of Mathematics is Fun with Sortadesh Rauti. Today we'll be doing a very interesting topic. I'm not going to tell you what the topic is as yet. What we're going to do is look at a PowerPoint presentation. From the PowerPoint presentation, we're going to pick out some keywords or some key factors and what we think our topic for today is. We're going to put that together and me with you, we're going to figure out what our topic is. By the end of this lesson, you will be able to define what are halves and what are quarters. You'll also be able to identify these fractions and write names for them. And also you'll be able to group these fractions accordingly. So without further ado, let's go into the PowerPoint presentation. So fractions, half and quarter. If you look here at the slide, you'll see the fraction half. And you see many different shapes like the triangle, square, rectangle, and circle. You see the dividing them into two equal parts. And you see the fraction there. Then you have quarter, 1/4. 1/4 fits into a whole shape 4 times. How many times? Correct, 4 times. Here we have some more shapes showing whole. Everybody love pizza, right? Yes, we all love pizza. So we have pizza, pie, hexagon, star, the clock, and the square. And here you have it dividing them into halves. Dividing them into halves, see, equally. Then you have dividing them into quarter, smaller part than the half. Going over to the next slide. Here you see pizza again. The whole pizza, dividing it into two halves, equal parts. Then 4 equal parts here again is 4 quarters. Whole, 2 halves, 4 quarters. Okay, so from that presentation, we're going to list some few terms. I'm going to record them here. Some few terms that stood out to you that you think might be the topic for today. So if you want to volunteer, just raise your hand. We're going to put together those information and try to figure out what our topic for today is. Okay, do I have any volunteers? Okay, yes, go ahead, Jacob. Jacob is saying half and quarter. Okay, everybody will have a chance. So Jacob, you will give us one. Yes, we'll take a half and quarter, but next persons just give one answer and let the others have a chance. Okay, so Jacob is saying half and quarter. Anyone else? Stacy is saying equal. Okay, equal, very good. Okay, anyone else? Anyone else? You guys have some really wonderful answers. So now I'm going to put up what is the actual topic for today. And that is identifying half and quarter of a whole. I'm going to put it right here for everyone to see. Identifying half and quarter of a whole. So what do we know is a half? What is a half? You guys have some homework for me from last time to get pictures and to share with us what is a half and what is a quarter. I'm sure that everybody did their homework, correct? Very good, very good, good. So share with us what is a half and what is a quarter. You can go ahead and volunteer just like before. And let's see what you get and come up with our definitions for what is a half, what is a quarter. Anyone wants to share? Okay, Jessia. Jessia is saying, okay, good, good. Jessia says Half is 2 equal parts of a whole. Keyword there, very good. Equal part, 2 equal parts. That's very good, very good. Anyone else wish to share on the same or for quarter? Okay, go ahead. Sesam, very good. Sesam is saying quarters are 4 equal parts of a whole. Very good. Everybody did a very good job. The answers were correct. I appreciate the effort. So I'm going to put up now my definition for what is a half and what is a quarter. So now we have the definition for what are halves and what are quarters. What is a half? What is a half? When a whole is divided into 2 equal parts, they are called halves. See here we have a circle divided into 2 equal parts. Then you have the half alone, 1/2. Then we have what is a quarter? When a whole is divided into 4 equal parts, they are called quarters. We have the whole divided into 4 equal parts. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we have 1/4 by itself. Okay, I'm gonna put this up so you can copy it. Finish copying the notes. What we're gonna do is a little activity. I have sent some worksheets to you via the WhatsApp group. I'm sure that everyone has seen it. Am I correct? Very good. So I'm going to bring it up on our screen and we're going to discuss it. As we're discussing it, you're going to follow in your work and in your groups, group 1, 2, and 3, you will see that there's a worksheet for you. So everybody in group 1 will do the first worksheet, group 2, the second worksheet, and group 3, the third worksheet. So let's go into the worksheet now and we're going to discuss it. So please pay attention and follow. Okay, good. So here we have the first worksheet. It says here, shade the part of the shape to show the given fraction. Good. So fractions half and quarter. So the first one is color the shape that are divided equally. So you have to look at the shape in the first row. See the first one here, circle, is it divided equally into 2 equal parts? So you shade it if it's divided into equal parts. So then you have the second one, second row, you have to color half of the shape. Okay, every instruction here is very straightforward. Then third row, color a quarter of the shape. And fourth row, 1. Group 2, you have a sorting game. Sort the following shaded shape to the correct fraction in the chart. So this is fraction sorting game. You have halves and you have fourths, which is quarters. So you have to look at the shape at the bottom and you sort them. What you could do is draw them. You could print this out, draw them in the correct column, or you could cut them out and paste them. Okay, that's for group 2. For the third group, for each shape, color half in red and quarter in yellow. So this one here is a bit tricky. So you have the shape circle, square, hexagon, triangle, and so forth. So you have to color half in red and color quarter in yellow. All right. So all the instructions here are very straightforward. Pupils have 4 minutes to work on those worksheets. And when we get back, so your time starts now. You have 4 minutes. Please work on that quietly. I'm here to observe you. If you have any question, you can ask me. Okay. So we're back from doing our worksheet. I saw that all of you guys sent your answers to the WhatsApp group. I got in there. More later after our class. I'm going to mark your work. I'm going to send them back to you individually, and you'll answer any questions. Forward it to ask any question that you have. Any question on the topic that we have, you're free to ask them now. I'm going to open the floor for you to ask questions, and I'm not going to answer them alone. Your colleagues and even yourself will try to answer the question. Okay, so I'm going to let you volunteer and ask questions, clear your concerns. If not, I will call on you. Okay, so the floor is open. Ask any questions pertaining to our topic today, and let's get it done. Okay, Jesse is asking, can we use half in all the fractions? It's a very interesting question. Does anyone in the class want to answer her? Anyone want to answer? If anyone doesn't have the answer, you could at least try. Remember, we're in the classroom to learn. This is not about judging each other or laughing at each other. If you made a mistake, we're going to clear it up together, and all of us are going to learn. Okay. Okay, good. So Marvin is saying we use fraction in our everyday life. Good. Okay, Marvin. Like, give me a situation where you would use fraction. Like Jesse was asking about half. Where in the home did you use half as a fraction? Very good, very good, very good. So Marvin is saying that mother gives him $100 to go to school every day, and he has to divide it equal for himself and his brother. So he would give his brother half of the $100. So how much money would you actually give your brother, Marvin? $60? You would keep $60 and give him $40? Okay, okay. I thought you would rob him. Very good. Marvin would give him $50 and he would have $50. Very good. But anybody else have any question? Does that clear up your question, Jesse? Good. Anyone have any question? Bevan is asking, why is fraction important? That's a very, very interesting question. Why is fraction important? I love that question. Does anyone want to answer it for him? Okay, Ronaldo, go ahead. Why is fraction important? Simple, very simple. Ronaldo is saying fraction is important because we have to share. Good. That's a very good explanation. Let me explain further. The reason why fraction is important is because, as Ronaldo said, sharing and sharing equally, just to make sure that no one gets robbed. Remember, on a daily basis, we do business, we talk to people, we share, and we cooperate. Without fraction and equal sharing, there wouldn't be fairness. Okay, so here's a scenario. Mother has to cook for herself and her 3 children. So mother will cook small amounts because they don't eat plenty. So let's say mother takes half of the food for her because she cooks small amount, and the remaining that she has have to be divided equally for her 2 sons and her daughter. So let's say that she gave each child more than the other. Is that fair? If each child eats equal amount of food, can she give one child more than the other 2? or two children more than the other one, would that be fair? Would everybody be filled for that, let's say, lunch? No. So because of sharing, because of fraction, given the concept there, everybody would have fair share. Mother eats her fill, she eats half of the food, and the remaining, she would divide equally for her three children. Everybody would have equal share, okay? Let's say in your home, they cook and everybody eat, and the baby left a little bit food left back for you. Would you be happy? No, you wouldn't be filled, and you would say that they weren't fair. You didn't get your equal share as the others. Okay, so that there is fraction. Okay, I'll leave the floor open for one more question, and then we're going to do a recap and close our session for today because time is running out. Okay, one more question. Okay, yes, go ahead. Oh, okay, very good. You're thinking ahead. So Robert is asking, are halves and quarter the only fraction there is? Can anyone else answer that for him? No one? All right, I know you're a bit shy too, so I will go ahead. So the answer for you, Robert, is no. Halves and quarter are not the only fraction. There are a lot more fractions. Matter of fact, our next lesson is also based on some other fractions, which will come back next time. When we come back for next math lesson, we're going to work on some other fractions, and there are plenty more fractions we're going to learn in further classes. So only for now, we only did the two fractions because you need to understand the concept of it. Good. So now that we close the floor for questions, I'm going to do a little recap on what we did today and bid you all farewell till next time. All right, so let's go into our recap. All right, so we learned today that our topic was identifying half and quarter of a whole. And we also looked at definition for what is a half and what is a quarter. So we learned that a half is when a whole is divided into two equal parts. Each part is called half. And when a whole is divided into four equal parts, each part are called quarters. Then we went ahead and looked at our worksheet where you guys were divided into your groups, and everybody did their own worksheet, which I will be marking and sending to you personally. And then we had our little session where we discussed, we aired our concerns or question on what we had on the topic, and also the objectives of this lesson were met because we have to define what are halves and what are quarters. We get to understand and identify what is a half and what is a quarter from a whole. And you also can get to group fractions according to their size. Okay, so now that we have completed everything that is set up for today's lesson, I have one more task, which is a homework. I need you guys to write it down. I need you guys to get pictures to show what are 1/8 and 1/16. The homework is get pictures to show what are 1/8 and 1/16. Okay, so we're going to get pictures to show these fractions. And that has brought us to the end of today's session. I must thank you guys for your kind cooperation. You guys did an excellent job in answering today's questions and continue to be in that brave spirit that you are. and bold. Thank you guys once again. See you next time. Bye.